My name is Linda Mikolayenko, and I live in Ronge in northern Saskatchewan. Over the years, I've had the great pleasure of enjoying the hospitality of Alberta storytellers at conferences of Storytellers of Canada, Conteur du Canada, and also when I toured northern Alberta as part of Canadian Children's Book Week. Now, living where I am here at the edge of the Precambrian Shield on the traditional territory of the woodland Cree, I've recently taken a great interest in the variety of wildflowers that grow here. I've documented and appreciated over 150 different kinds. And so I thought, as my tribute to Storytelling Alberta on the occasion of your 40th anniversary, I would share with you a story from my Ukrainian heritage, The Legend of the Flowers. This is an adaptation of a retelling in English by Alexandra Stati. Congratulations, Storytelling Alberta. Kolestano, a long, long time ago, when the world was still new, the earth was covered with many green plants. But they were just green. And the plants weren't satisfied with this, and so they decided to appeal to the life-giving sun to decorate them in different colors. Sonsen Anabi, the sun high up in the sky, looked down at them and said, "I think I take pretty good care of you. I give you light. I certainly give you warmth. I think you can do without any extra decoration, and besides, I'm too busy. I've got the entire solar system to look after." Now, that might have been the end of it, except that the sun had a son, a young golden-haired prince, and he overheard the conversation between his father and the plants. "Proshu," he said, "please, father, send me. I would be happy to go down to the earth and grant the plants their request." But the father just looked at him and shook his head and said, "No, it's much too far and much too dangerous." Now that might have been the end of it, except that that young golden-haired prince could not stop thinking about the plants and their request. And so once more he went to his father and begged him to let him go. But once more his father said no. Aletrateras. But when he went a third time, his father just sighed and agreed to let him go. And so down to the earth flew that golden-haired prince, the son of the sun, and all nature trembled in anticipation of the miraculous transformation that was about to occur. For everywhere that he roamed, the earth began to bloom. Flowers appeared in the jungles and in the deserts, in the forests and in the meadows, on the mountains and on the waters, and even in the muskeg. There were orange birds of paradise and purple sage and blue bluebells and red poppies and white edelweiss and yellow pond lilies and pink bog laurel. Chudovikvita. Beautiful flowers of every shape and size, every color of the rainbow, and fragrance. The plants were filled with gratitude, and the young golden-haired prince beamed with satisfaction. He could hardly wait to share his joy with his father. And so he rotated his great wings, but he could not get off the ground. He had given all of his power and energy to the plants. He could no longer fly. And And when he realized that he would no longer be able to go home, he fell to the ground, weeping bitter tears. And up in the sky, his father also cried. At dawn, he only managed to raise his head to gaze up at the sun. And then he himself became a new flower, Soняшник, a sunflower. And perhaps one day father and son will be reunited. But ever since that time, that golden-headed flower always turns its head to gaze at the sun. Now there's a little postscript to this story. In 2015, northern Saskatchewan suffered some devastating forest fires. But I noticed that the next summer, amongst the charred remains of the boreal forest, there were 2 beautiful sunflowers blooming. Now many of you know that the sunflower is the national flower of Ukraine. And so I have great hope that despite the devastation that that country is now facing, the sunflower will continue to bloom. Thank you for listening.